Welcome to Cities Skylines After Dark and the city of Freshwater. Now, in the last episode we built the grand entrance here, which looks good. What I've done is I've filled in some trees and done some general tinkering around, and since that episode I've been working on the city for about 2 hours, and if you look down in the bottom here, you can see the population is kind of got into stasis, so the city's not growing, but it's not exactly dying either. Now, this creates a certain situation in the sense that if you look at the traffic flow, if we look around the city, the sun's just coming up now, so this is probably a good example. You see virtually the vast majority of the traffic here is goods delivery. So you've got this truck that's off to make a delivery, so we'll just follow that for a while. Just speed up a bit, we'll be all done. So, as I say, you've got this truck going out and delivering, and this is one of the key factors of the city. As cities get to a certain point, they get into stasis. You can see he's just done that delivery, delivered half, and now he's off to somewhere else. As I say, the city's got into stasis, and this is there's both positive and negatives to this, in the sense that if you want to build up the money, which is what I've been doing, is just letting the game run. You can let it run in simulation, go off and just leave it, although I do recommend that you save the game before you do anything like that, just in case everything goes a bit pear-shaped. Now you can see that there's a bit of residential starting to kick in, so I think I want to finish off tidying up this area here. Oops, no. So we're just resident. Yeah, so now to kickstart this, what you don't want to do is start building vast amounts of thing to do it, because what will happen is you will create a surge of new residents come into the city and it will completely clog up your roads. So you want to grow the city steadily. What I'll do is, before I start talking about how to kind of grow the city, I was just show you this area here. I've basically extended this commercial area out, but what I've done is I've zoned it in a way that so just finish this zoning off, actually tidy it up a bit. The leisure bit comes out here, but this is free there. So actually, if I explain this bit, see this area come out here, you've got the new residential area there, and you've got this extension out here. The reason is that this area has, if I click here, if I come here, click here, click on the policies, you will see I've got in city planning Old Town, and of course up here eventually this will be Old Town as well. And what you need to do is create these bands of common road, otherwise what will happen is that you will, if I zone that up to here, the residents in there would not be able to leave by this exit, because that would be part of this zone. So one of the things you've got to be a bit careful of when you're zoning these areas in is that you don't shut off one group's access from another's. So that's a point worth remembering. So what we're going to do is, I think it's time to get down, try and make the city grow, and what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of move this up. This is I think it was it's a police station, and if you probably if you've watched the first part, you will remember that this was the original city, and what we're going to do is drop. Plus now we got. This is going to be too small, so I'm going to have to move this out of the way. And I think we can drop this over here as well. Well, let's put it there. Actually, let's put it on this corner here. That will boost up the area, and we'll just pick up the fire station. And say these buildings are all relocatable, so there's no point in oops, I want to put a full-size firehouse in, and that will put it, and see if we can fit something. Maybe there we are. And so by upgrading the police station, you can hear the upgrades going, the values of the city rising. Got a small amount of commercial appearing, so I think what we can do is start. I want to change this ring to maybe do one more. I want to change this ring to higher density commercial, because you can't see it that well here, but you can see that it's a bit low on the buildings, and what I want is to have a kind of nice ring that blends in with this. It looks quite nice actually across the city like this. Now I'm very aware that this could probably be a very slow paced part, because I want to grow this area out in the daylight, and at the same time I want to get to capital city, which means we've got to get some more population coming in. So what I'll probably do is do this introduction, and then I will edit out sections that things. So I think what I'm going to do now is just pause the recording, let the game run until the light returns, and then we'll come back. Welcome back. The sun is just starting to rise, and the city, as say, during the night cycle, I've actually rezzed in some more residential, so you can see the population's rising. Now, one thing I've just been doing is checking the traffic, so we've got a couple of traffic hotspots which need to be dealt with, so I'm just going to pause the game and have a look at these. I don't know. It's not particularly very clear what's causing this thing. It looks very much like, besides the fact we've got an illegally parked car, I think the buses are causing a bit of a problem here. So I think, yeah, you can see the buses queuing up on the way to the bus station. So I think what we're going to do is let's have a look at the bus routes. Yeah, you can see part of the problem is this stop here. If you get a busy road, you don't want these multiple bus stops, so what we'll do is we'll get rid of these bus stops here. And what you see now is the buses will flow up this road quite well. Still got a little bit of traffic, but it seems to eased off a bit there. This across here now. What's the problem with this bit here? This looks like this is becoming potentially a lot more serious. Now, looking at this, it's obviously you've got new residents coming in, so that's the temporary glitch because I've just rezzed in some new areas here, so that's causing a little bit of trouble. Now, these houses, these roads with trees are very nice, but what they do is they actually, so if I set these back to there, that might speed up the flow. That's not very good either. So that's it's actually a two-way, so let's... I think I've just done that by accident, so let's just see if that speeds up. It's still not brilliant, is it? Is this two junctions? This is not very good for traffic management. It's having the two junctions. So I think we're going to have to indulge in a bit of radical surgery here. I think what we're going to do is delete that road, delete that section, delete this section. See if we can get this upgrade that section there. And what we'll do is turn off the snapping. Maybe if we can get in with a curve road here. Maybe that will do. We've got this road coming in, this road going out. Having a close as possible to 45-degree angles a lot better for the speed of the traffic. I think what we can do here is just put the snapping back on, come out here, but I don't want to join that road up. This road here can come down to here. That will give a little bit of a turning point here. Yeah, I think this road can... Actually, that's the two-way road, so what we can do is set this back to... Yeah, I think that looks good. And we can come up one. Is that good? Or maybe a bit higher. Oh, that's better. We can bring a road in out here, because we got this patch here which I think we can fill in. Maybe we'll just... Got to be careful because we're just about to cut off the power lines. Let's just res this road up here. Let's turn off the snapping. Snapping's nice, but it can sometimes be a little bit of a pain in the neck. Hopefully this will bring this, actually this kind of curve this in. I don't want to crowd the university out too much, so let's just come in that way. Maybe let's do something a bit different here. Yeah, let's do something like that. No, I don't like that. That's a bit better. Let's say I come in like that. Actually, let's... maybe put a little road across there. Come in about there. Yep. Oh, let's give a kind of sense of symmetry to the... If I put... Actually, there's a road coming out there. Actually, no, I want a... Well, let's come out a little bit there. Just do it there. Right, I need to connect the power lines back up. Always important to... And the other thing that's occurred to me is I need to check the bus routes, because I'm sure there's some... Oh, look at that, see? There's a problem there straight away because of this stop here, so we need to just delete that stop. And let's how about that? that actually, whoops, nope. So that's going to sometimes under when you've got stops like this, it pays to. No, that's actually not going to work, is it? So I think we're just going to have to put the. I don't want that one. Sometimes it doesn't pay to stack all the stops up on one section. What you want to do is actually see there's the universities there, so let's drop a stop there so that's right next to the university. Yeah, it doesn't pay to actually stack all the stops on one place, because what you actually get is queues of buses, so sometimes it actually pays to spread the load out a bit. So let's have a look at that and see how it goes. Yeah, I think that's looking good. Let's say a lot of this is going to be temporary, and this is where the key is, that this is caused by, so if you kind of look here, clicked on here, it says driving to Madison Residence. So if we click on that and you'll find that this person is somebody new who's actually coming into the city. So they're actually driving, and I think this is one of the key factors when somebody comes in the city. They've often got a residence and a job when they arrive. Although you can get people who actually come in unemployed. It's quite a nice thing. So, but what should happen is that as this area fills out, let's just do this last area before we start to expand anywhere else. So this is why it's very important that when you do this zoning, that you don't overzone, because if you create a massive area and say like for example, say I built all the roads there and started zoning in lots and lots of areas, even if the demand's high, don't do it, because what will happen is you will create a massive surge of people coming into your city who will then effectively clog up all your roads. Just going to move this. I think actually let's put this out here. I think we need a medical clinic. I'm going to replace this one. Oops, not. I want I'm going to put a hospital here, I think. That will kind of, you can see the surge of upgrades that. So this is going to be my kind of core residential area. Now, one thing I was looking at when I finished the first part of this recording, I was looking at this. Now, I built this road here, and you can see it's a 2-lane, 4-lane. I've actually got a set of traffic lights there. Look at that, and there. So I've actually got traffic lights there. And what I actually noticed after I built this, it was the fact that the vehicles for this side of the road were coming down round here, putting lots of pressure on these roads here. So what I've actually done is put these little stub roads in. If you watch, I'm not going to do it. Come on guys, do a delivery, please. Oh, you can see here, I've got these vehicles. See, they're coming in, turning round and going back. So if you're going to deploy long lengths of this, see there, the guys just left work there, and if we probably click on there, see, and if we follow this guy, so he's unemployed and he's actually driving back, so he's a highly educated senior. It's a bit of a choke point there, and you can see that he's actually driving back through the city. He's now on in a ring road. So yeah, if you're going to put out really long lengths of 2-lane with a central reservation, if you don't want your traffic moving over a very, very wide area, so he's come to here, So you can see how far he's travelled. He started off over there and he came all the way in there. Yeah, so is the fire service going to get to this? Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, that's bad. We're going to get dezoned, mate. I don't want you sat on my slip road causing traffic. So let's just have a quick look. It's getting dark again. Zoom out. Again, still got a bit of a traffic problem on this corner. So let's see if we can see where what's. So again, it's this bus stop. So I think we're just going to move this bus stop. Probably move it up away from that corner. So it's a bit further away. You're around the corner. There's a yellow line there. It can be quite difficult to spot. So yeah, so you want to keep junctions like that. You want to keep bus stops away from there, because what will happen is the buses will tail around the corner. So that should solve that problem. What was the other problem we had? Oh, it was down here, wasn't it? Let's see if. Oops, sorry. Well, I've done this. Good opportunity here. City statistics is not particularly that interesting, but it can be quite useful for things like this. You can see the stat, and you can see the population change. So you can see the dip where it was in stasis for that year, and we had a kind of drop up, and now it's increasing again. Some of them are like if I click cyclists. You can see it's really right down very low, and happiness is flatlined. So benefits is, but it's worth looking at this because you can see the trend. You can see that dip there. Sorry, I just banged the microphone. So yeah, so that's worth looking at. Again, what I'm going to do now is we're in the night cycle again. So I'm just going to pause the recording again and let you. And I'll come back once it gets daylight again. Welcome back again. As I say, we've got through another night cycle. Basically, we had a bit of demand, and I've rezzed in this final area, got a little bit of commercial demand there. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this before. This is another experiment I came up with. I've rezoned this area to be let's actually just put this in while I'm looking at it. I zoned this area just partly as an experiment. Oops, slow it down a bit so we can get time to talk. In the sense that this is a wood area. So what we've actually got here is this is a kind of industrial area that's concentrated on wood, but it's obviously not built on any trees. But what we've actually got here is we're actually producing wood products, lumber and fine furniture. So this is another example of how you can use a specialisation away, like the one we got over here is the food one. And what we have got is I was looking at this just before I started the recording. What we do have here is a problem with I think it's to do with jobs. So what we're going to try and do is fix this by I just pause the game. What we're going to do is build a metro system, but I'm not going to extend the existing line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually see if we can fit it. No, let's put it say just there. Just have a quick look. Yeah, I'll put this riding staples in here. So, oops, sorry, pardon me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of create an express line. So see if we can get. Sorry guys, you're going to have to. Yeah, that can service this area because there's a footpath there. And what we're going to do is just run. We've got plenty of buildings, abandoned buildings here, so we're going to just do that. And what we're going to do is just quite literally zoom out a bit and so what I'm going to do is just literally build a because the way people move around the city is based on distance. So by doing that, and we just let it run and unpause, what should happen is that the residents in this area who want to work there, that metro system will be the fastest way for them to get. It probably will take a little while to work up, but I'm not sure. We've got the fire station here. So I think what we're going to do, we're still working, we've still got a little way to go to get to the 28,000. So what I'm going to do is use this time, got a bit more residential coming in, so it's just a bit of residential demand. Let's drop it in over this area here. Actually, let's just kind of fill in this area and we could get rid of these stupid power lines. And so I need to, and so if we get any kind of, actually we can just zone these, actually zone in that area and then de-zone off these areas here. I don't want offices on these main slip roads because you get this kind of parking effect. Right, so going to do a bit of work now on here. We've got the roundabouts, so guess what we're going to build? We're going to build roundabouts. Yes, we're going to build roundabouts. And what I want to do is, we've got this roundabout here, so we're going to have a roundabout about there, and then I think we're going to have another roundabout up here, fairly large. So let's see, let's say up about there. Kind of tip it in. Let's go 11. I don't think we've built an 11 one yet so far. One click. One click is one unit. Okay, so I haven't mentioned that before. So we got this roundabout here, and what we're going to do is connect it with a couple of one-way roads. We're going to have to see if we can get a bit of a curve in here. No, I want it. About that. Let's see if we can. Yep. Yep, I think we can go with that. We'll just connect that in here. Apologies for my kind of obsession, as I want to come in an angle so that the traffic will flow. I think probably going to have to remove this spur here to make this connection. Yeah, and this is probably a little bit too steep, yeah, so we're going to have to knock that back a bit, I think. And we're going to come out. It's a bit of a dog leg, but I think we can. That's nice. So you can see that the idea is this will be residential, this will be more commercial fitting in here, just keeping an eye on the trends and the population. Population's growing slowly. Just having a quick look round, getting a bit of a build up of traffic on this roundabout here, which could be an issue. Oh no, it's not traffic, sorry, my apologies. So I must have designed something here, so we're just dropping a little bit of commercial there. I think this is one of the key factors that when you get to this point of the size of the city, you actually, I'm just going to pause the game because it's getting dark and I'm talking and I want to build this next bit in daylight. I think this is one of the key elements of when you play this game, that when the city gets to a certain size you want to be able to kind of enjoy the city and then just tinker with it gently. So the trick key is not to get impatient. So what we're going to do is go back. I'm just going to build this link road. I suppose in some ways what I should do is I'm going to go through the power lines. I've paused anyway, so I think that's the wrong way round, so we're just going to reverse the direction and then we're going to put the other one just above it. See if we can get a bit over. Oh, that's nice. So get the straight side here. We're just that back a smidge. No, it's not going to work. Let's come off it the other way. Take off the snapping. Nope, it's not going to. Happy with that. Maybe if I take this back a bit and yeah, that's okay. And we'll just reverse this direction. Got a little bit of a wobble in that, but see if we can get off this one on. That's there. Yeah, I think go there because it's not going to be massively high traffic. So we've now got the main framework in place. I'm just going to press the key. So what we're going to do is basically hang off some roads off of this. So actually what we're going to do is use what we did before, is put a slip too steep. Click that one. We've got a couple of connections off here. But what we're going to do is, because I don't want to feed off of this road, I want to feed off this road. So what we're going to do is drop off down to here, and then so I'm just going to phase in this. It could all go terribly wrong, to be honest, because curl that up a bit there, and what we're going to do is just bring a road down off of this roundabout and then maybe curve something across here like that, and curve something in here like that. Don't want it too tight, to be honest. I want it to be fairly relaxed, and what we can do is bring it down to here maybe. What do you think? And I say this is going to be a kind of a stroke industrial, not industrial, commercial. Put some offices in here. Probably got a little bit of a niche there, so what we can do is, I don't want to inbound traffic, but I think what we could probably do is an escape filter there for traffic that's coming this way. I don't want anyone to be taking shortcuts. Let's just do this zoning in the dark, because the zoning dark, what I want is this to be part of do I want this bit to be something different? Or I think if we make that open like that, we can always adjust it. So I can't do much else at the moment, so what I'm going to do is pause the recording again and get daylight, and then we're going to have a review, and then I'll probably, that's where I'm going to, and then we can lay out the residential roads up there. We've got plenty of money. Welcome back. It's just getting daylight again. We've just run another light cycle. I've just started rezzing in this commercial there. We've got a little bit of demand for residential, so what I'm going to do here is actually push out here a bit. It's just going to come out push out here a little bit, not a massive amount. I don't want to get too close to this area here because we've got some shops, and actually that's, oh no, I think I can live with that. And I want this to be low density. Pardon me. And we got a little bit here as well. So there we are. Sorry for that interruption. This is taking me all afternoon to record this, so somebody's getting a bit impatient. I'm supposed to be going somewhere soon, so I'm probably going to have to stop a little bit ahead there. But I want to start to push this area out here because obviously we've got plenty of space up here to grow the city. Now, what I'm going to do is just start off by doing this area here. So I'm going to pause the game here, and I think we're going to build this thing, and then I think that's where I'm going to stop, because I know this is becoming a little bit of a marathon and it's confusing. is going to be our posh end. Now I did put over a fire station, so we want to get a fire station up here and a police station. And I did put them over here for safekeeping. How's that for coverage? It's pretty good. And I think what we're going to do is drop. No, I don't want a hospital. Maybe we'll put health clinic there, and maybe can we get a crematorium there as well, just to feed the system. Now, what else can we put in here that's aesthetic? I do want this to be quite upmarket, so I want it to be. So we got any plazas? See if we can get a plaza in here. Put one there. Maybe got a bit of waste gap there, so maybe we can put a bit more road in here. Like that. Yeah, I think that works. And then we can some tennis courts. Maybe put a couple of tennis courts there. Don't want to play the social stereotype, but and maybe say one of the downsides is put one over here. What else can we got in here? Park with trees. Actually, let's drop enough space here. Nope. So we're gonna have to go for maybe putting a plaza in here, and maybe another one up here. So I do want this to be pretty upmarket. I want it to just put that there. I've just cut the power lines again. Strictly speaking, the power lines come into there, so I just need to do that. I cut the power lines here, but I think we can just. I think that should make the connection. At the moment, we're going to tidy it up anyway, so. See if we can get any other leisure stuff in here. Riding stables. I've already got one riding stables over there, but maybe put another one in. Education. I certainly want plenty of education in this area. So, yes. Put some education there, and a high school. Yeah, let's put a high school there. I think that's. Let's just whack it to make sure we've got everything up and running. Obviously, we got power. Things saying that they need power, but. Say all through here I want high density commercial, so we'll just drop some of that there. Don't want to get too close to that road there. Just drop a few pathways in. It's not a thing. I'll probably put some footbridges over here actually, but I'll do that off camera. Put another little footbridge pathway there, because above all and everything I want my citizens to be able to get around, and so I will be putting plenty of bus routes and stuff up here as well. Get you across here. So we'll just put that in there. What do you think? That's the thing. So we'll develop it further out here, bring this roundabout in, do something similar, but probably not have such a large commercial area. Feed in a double road through there to make this even more commercial. So, oh, we're very, very close. So what I'm going to do is just hang on in there for a little while. See if we can get there. If it takes too long, I will edit it out. Nearly there. Come on, come on, come on. I'm just going to let you guys watch it get to there, and we'll get the port city, and that will be ports and things will be part of the next episode. So here we go. There we are, capital city. We've got there. Congratulations. We're now a capital city. We've got ports and harbours. So that's the next thing, and that's going to be the part for the next part of this campaign. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It probably wasn't as stimulating. I hope that guys have got an appreciation of how to get around the stasis and not build it. We've now got heights. That looks quite... don't know if that's a pattern, but anyway, so that's where I'm going to leave it. Like and subscribe.